Hello, I'm Daa'iyah, and today we will have a topic of 9/11. I have interviewed one of my fellow teachers in Burlington City, and I asked them a couple questions, 5 from myself and 5 from other classmates that I have in my classroom humanities, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so your first question is, where were you when 9/11 was happening?
I was at home folding laundry in my living room. My daughter was watching Clifford the Big Red Dog on TV. Mm-hmm. And the phone rang, and my father-in-law said, "Turn on the TV." Mm-hmm. I said, "It's already on." He said, No, put on the news," which I did, and just in the time to watch the second plane hit the tower.
In your opinion, what was the goal for the terrorists that they wanted to achieve during 9/11?
I think they actually wanted the towers to fall, like falling trees. Mm. And I think they wanted their death toll would be like 50,000 plus. So actually they failed in that regard. But straight up terror. They wanted to put fear into the hearts of America.
Do you think 9/11 was planned by the government?
Our government?
Yeah, and if so, do you have any theories?
I think there's probably a couple people within our government that knew it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I don't think our government planned it at all, but I think there's a couple of people in our government that got wind that it might happen.
Yeah.
And there was a report published by a group called, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's like the report was like Progress for a New American Century. It was a think tank, and they had looked at America's involvement in the world, and they said, without a 9/11, without a Pearl Harbor style attack, the United States population is not interested in war and doing a lot of foreign affairs stuff. Truth of the matter is Americans are pretty peaceful and just want to be left alone. And this group, this New American Century group, they put out a report before 9/11 saying it would take a Pearl Harbor style event or a 9/11 style event to get America stirred up and riled up. And then the population would be ready for war. And I think there was some people in our government, like Dick Cheney, for example, Vice President. I think him and a couple guys in the CIA and a couple guys in the FBI, I think they had wind that it was going to happen, and they just let it happen.
Was there anyone that you knew that was either in New York City or in the building at the time?
Not in the buildings. My cousin Kevin is a fireman in New York. And he lost 19 of his colleagues. He was on desk duty at the time because he had suffered a minor heart attack, and he couldn't serve as an active fireman, but he could push paper, he could do a desk job, and that heart attack ended up saving his life because he would have went in with his crew
9/11.
for sure.
Do you think the World Trade Center was already a target ever since the 1993 bombing occurred?
Oh yeah, it's symbolic of New York. It's recognized worldwide. Yeah, 100%. They tried the truck bombing. Yeah.
Did 9/11 change the world?
Oh, God, yeah. It's a turning point in history. We've been in Afghanistan for, 17 years? So, yeah. We've been at war ever since.
What was the first thing you did when the plane had hit the tower?
Glued to the TV, and as soon as the first plane hit, I thought, oh, it's just an accident. Oh, that stinks. Because a similar accident happened, I think, in the 50s, or an airplane hit
Really?
It didn't hit the World Trade Center. It hit the Empire State Building by accident, and the 53rd floor, and they extinguished the fire, and there was no survivors from the plane. But when the first plane hit, I thought, oh, it's an accident.
Yeah.
But then when the second plane
one
hit, I knew instantly. I mean, instantly, I knew, oh, we're at war. Like goosebumps went up over my whole body. I was like, oh no, like we're at war. Like I knew instantly that life would never be the same.
Do you support extra?
I do support extra security at the airport, but not the way they do it.
Okay.
I like the Israeli model. they don't rely on technology so much. They have human screeners, guys that are trained in psychology and body language, and they're able to do a better job of analyzing who's who and like singling people out. You know, some old grandma in a wheelchair is not going to be a bomber. You know what I mean? It's not. Statistically, it's going to be young, male. You know, you can play the averages and get it right. So, anyway, I keep going.
All right. Did anything about this day already feel uneasy before this happened?
9/11? Mm-hmm. Oh no, it was a beautiful day. Blue skies, weather was perfect. It was awesome. It was a beautiful fall day.
When and how did you learn about 9/11?
All right, I told you my father-in-law called. Phone call.
And that's it.
That's it?
Yep. Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. It's recording. Oh my god, and it got the background too. Oh, so you wasn't going to tell me it was recording again? Are you serious? So that was the end of my video. I hope y'all enjoy the information that you received and my bloopers. Peace.